Good morning, everybody. I am here in our art class module. So we have some announcements and some assignments for our hybrid today. We are in week 4. So as you can see, I'm in modules. Scrolling all the way down to week 4. If mine looks different than yours, that's because there's items that aren't published. So don't worry about that. So week 4 is where you need to focus. Before I see you on Tuesday, I would like you to please watch this Sir Ken Robinson video. It's excellent. If we had time in class, we would do it there. I want you to ignore this curriculum pie chart step 1 submission. I'm actually going to move that down to module 5 right now as we speak, because we'll talk about that on Tuesday. I don't want anybody to panic. Okay, here is the handout for while you're listening to Sir Ken. So open this up and either make it so you can edit it as a PDF or just print it and handwrite your notes. But please bring your notes from having watched the video to class on Tuesday. Okay, then I want you to go to your Google Doc. Okay, I'm going to unpublish this reading group thing because it's confusing. Some of you aren't in there, some of you are in there. So that's gone now. You won't be able to see that. But what I do want you to do is open our Google Doc. Remember, we created this in class. And then go to the pillar in chapter 4 for which you worked on this week in class. So if in class you worked on pillar 1, you're going to read pillar 1 in chapter 4. If you worked on pillar 7 in class, so you're going to just scroll down here. All of our notes are still there. If you worked on pillar 7, I want you to go to chapter 4 and read the stuff from pillar 7. So whichever pillar you worked on in class, that is the section of the book for chapter 4 that you're reading this week. Next week you'll get a different pillar. So it's important that you read your pillar closely and then go to your Google Doc, our Google Doc, and add your notes about that pillar. Okay? This obviously is not getting checked for like plagiarism. You can even directly quote the book. Just put your notes in here. This is a discussion, not really like an assignment and not meant to be original work. It's just meant to be your thoughts. You can add questions, comments, or just important facts from the text from your section. Okay, module 4, chapter 4. That makes sense, right? But also we're going to read chapter 5. So in a minute I will add a little reminder in module 4 for your reading. Chapter 5 is kind of the anecdotal portion of chapter 4. Chapter 4 is about the literary arts. Chapter 5 is kind of some anecdotal information about that. So everyone, please read chapter 5. All right? Remember, at the end, what we're going to do is we're going to print out this Google Doc for everybody, or just have everybody have it on their device. And then we'll do some sort of activity in the last week, cumulative, to confirm that everyone is indeed participating in the reading instead of the quizzes that come up each week. We won't be doing those. All right, now there's a discussion for week 4. I've got to get caught up on which one you guys have worked on. So I will add that to the module this afternoon, whichever discussion, and I'll put a due date on it. And I told you I would put due dates on the rest, so I will work on that, but mostly I'm going to focus on the one for this week for right now and next week. Okay, then I've had some questions about the personal philosophy of education, which actually is up here in module 3. It's come to my attention that many of you have done this already, or maybe even twice. So what I want you to do is still write those 5 bullet points I asked you to, but for class on Tuesday, please bring a printout or digital on your screen, whatever, copy of a personal philosophy you wrote for a different class. And then also your 5 bullet points I'm asking you to write in relationship to arts education and how that affects your philosophy. What we're going to do as far as personal philosophy goes this quarter is kind of take a look at what you've written so far and how it is evolving. I know many of you are also taking literacy classes this quarter that are really important classes, and in combination with the arts, your philosophy should start to evolve. So we will discuss that in class. We will not write one from scratch. We'll just work with what you already have. That being said, I do still want those 5 points, but don't start writing a whole nother personal philosophy. Right, so that's it. That's not too bad. You've got a video, you've got your reading, your Google Doc, your 5 points on your personal philosophy, and the discussion that I will add to this module when I'm done on screen here. Okay, I hope I answered a bunch of questions. If you have gone into assignments and you've started to look ahead at any of this curriculum pie chart or module or the midterm, don't panic. All of this stuff is getting put into the weeks as we progress through the quarter, and much of it I'm not publishing until I can talk to you about it. So if you're doing anything except going in and out up through the modules or the to-dos on Canvas, it's going to cause you trouble because you're going to see stuff I haven't talked about yet. So don't panic when you do that, or just don't do that. Stay in your module where you're supposed to be. And then know that I'm certainly not going to spring something on you that you don't have time to get done. So on Tuesday, we will talk about our philosophies, we'll talk about our reading for this last week, and we'll talk about the big final project for the quarter. I'm going to introduce it and show you how we will be breaking it down. And I'm going to assign the midterm, which is an article and a reflection or a review, an article review. You'll be writing like an essay. We'll talk about that on Tuesday. Okay, I hope that makes things clear for the rest of the week. If it doesn't, you can email me. I am in my office in the afternoons because I'm teaching nights, except on Tuesdays when I'm with you guys, I teach every night. So I don't go into the office until later in the afternoon because my day is at a weird time of day. So if you don't hear back from me until like the next day, it's going to be in the afternoon. Hopefully I'll catch your email that same day and get back to you. Anyways, if you don't hear back from me, email me again, but give me 24 hours and then email me again and say, hey, I sent you an email, but I didn't get a reply. Can you check? Okay, have a good afternoon. I hope the sun is shining in Ellensburg because it is certainly not here in Wenatchee. I'll see you all Tuesday. Bye-bye.